This is the Fusion Pro from Urtopia. It's their long-range 48-pound carbon fiber model. This comes standard with a 14.7 amp hour battery, or you can add 10 extra amp hours with their second battery. The second battery will boost the advertised max range up to 120 miles. Now that is a number obtained under ideal circumstances, but in reality, having just shy of 25 amp hours of capacity on a lighter e-bike with the added efficiency of a torque sensor means this should provide a ton of range. But what catches my eye on this bike isn't just the range, it's not just the lightweight carbon build, it's quality component choices that should make longer rides more enjoyable, like these 29-inch Kenda tires with a decent amount of tread on them. That's paired with a Zoom suspension fork that should smooth out bumps and give you confidence to ride on gravel and dirt, an adjustable stem so you can customize your reach. This is also the fourth bike I've reviewed from Urtopia, and I really enjoy their torque sensor that's paired with a quality Shimano Acero derailleur. So here's what you can expect from this review. We will take a walk around the bike and an up-close look at all the components. We'll also take the Fusion Pro for a ride on pavement and some trails. We'll take it up our hill climb test. Then we'll wrap things up with the pros and cons and my overall thoughts. But before all that, let's take a closer look. Urtopia is pretty much the first brand we've seen to offer a full line of affordable carbon fiber electric bikes, and I have reviews on 3 other models: the Carbon Fold 1, their 29-pound folding model, the Carbon 1 ST, their step-through cruiser model that comes in at 40 pounds, and the Carbon Joy, their utility model that comes in at 50 pounds. The Fusion Pro is $1999. The dual battery option is $350 more, but if you want to check up-to-date pricing or to see if any sales are going on, you can use our affiliate link in the description or simply scan the QR code on your screen. Also, if you want to support the channel and you plan on picking up a model from Urtopia, using our affiliate link when you go to make your purchase is a free way for you to support the channel. Thank you so much for your support. The Fusion Pro has 4 color options. You can get it in Vital Orange or Blazing Black, which you see here. You can also get it in Elegant Gray and Deep Sea Blue. In my experience, Urtopia is pretty spot on with their advertised weight. This has that 48-pound advertised weight without the battery or the accessories. But let's throw to our scale and see what this weighs with everything on it. So with everything just above 60 pounds, that's with 25 amp hours of battery. This also has a total payload capacity of 330 pounds, which puts it on par with alloy frames. This has a standover height of 17 inches. Now the dual battery option does make the window you step through more narrow, so you have to be more mindful, but still pretty easy to step through. Now this fits riders from 5'3" up to 6'3". I am a 6'1" rider with a 33-inch inseam. The seat post is in its top position, and I almost have full leg extension. So if you're taller like me, you may need to budget for a longer seat post. I did have my wife Chesney, who's 5'4", hop on this bike, and she was able to get a comfortable fit. Let's take an up-close look at the components. Starting with the brakes, 2-piston Tektro hydraulic disc brakes with 180mm Tektro rotors, with the same setup on the back. The front tire attaches with a through axle, a coil suspension fork from Zoom with preload on the left and lockout on the right. It has 60mm of travel. This is what you can expect. 29 by 2.05 inch tires from Kenda with a knobby tread, metal fenders on the front, full coverage in the rear. The cables run through the frame. A small but bright front headlight, a running taillight that brightens when you brake, Tektro hydraulic disc brake levers with motor cutoff, lock-on rubber ergonomic grips, an underbar bell, a thumb throttle on the right side, Shimano's rapid fire trigger shifter, an adjustable stem, 60 degrees of adjustment. This is a 4-button controller, power underneath, menu in the center, pedal assist up and down. But the display also has a power button up top, just hold that. Urtopia on startup. The display may look black and white, but there are color accents you'll see in a second. Time up top, speed front and center, pedal cadence underneath that. You have battery readout on the right with percentage above. On the left and right side are meters that show you your rider effort versus motor effort. And at the bottom of the screen, you will see your pedal assist levels. You have Eco, Tour, Boost, and Turbo. To turn the lights on, hold pedal assist up. Indicator in the upper right corner. Hold pedal assist down for walk mode. Tap the menu button to cycle through your screens. First screen is trip data, so you have your trip mileage, your odometer, average speed and max speed. Next screen is a power breakdown, so you can see average and max watts. You can also see your overall rider versus motor support breakdown. Hit the menu button one more time, you're back home. Long press on the menu button to pull up the menu. Navigate the menu with the up and down arrows and short press to select. You can reset your trip data here, set a 4-digit passcode, set the time in military time, change your units between metric or imperial. You have 3 levels of screen brightness. Your auto timeout you can set between 5 and 30 minutes or turn it off. And e-bike info is where you get to more advanced settings like changing the max speed limit. This comes shipped as a class 2 electric bike, which means a max speed of 20 miles per hour, but you can boost that up to 25 miles per hour. You can change the wheel diameter here. This setting comes in handy if the display's speed isn't reading out correctly. You can calibrate that here. And then you have battery info, controller info, and display info. You can always go to the top of the screen in order to go back a screen, or you can long press on the menu button, and that'll take you back a screen. One more time, that'll take you back home. For graphics, we have Urtopia on the down tube on both sides. 2 mounting points on the down tube for a bottle cage. 2 mounting points for the dual battery option. Let's take a look at the battery. Put the key in, turn it to the right, then push up on the release and pull out. This is a 36 volt, 14.7 amp hour battery. It is certified to UL 2271 standards. The bike's electronics are all certified to UL 2849 standards. This has a water and dust resistance rating of IP65. There's a 4 LED readout for a quick look at your battery's charge. Just push the button. It's also paired with a 4 amp charger, so you can expect just under 4 hours to charge this battery from empty. Here's the charging port. You can charge the battery on the bike here. To put the battery back on, find the terminals, put that in first, and then snap it shut. Make sure you hear it click twice. And you do not need to ride with the key in the bike. Then this is a 10 amp hour second battery. You can charge it here, but this is also where you'll unlock it from the bike. So put the key in, turn it to the right, and lift up. So 36 volts, 10 amp hours. Here's what the mount looks like. So the battery just slides down. Then you need to adjust the cable so it plugs in, then push in the pin. That second battery plugs in right here. This is our roll top style fire resistant waterproof battery bag. So we sell this at shop.ebikeescape.com. Just happens to fit this battery perfectly. So if you're looking for a safe way to transport or store your batteries, this has been a great option for me. Just roll the top a few times, give it a clip, and it creates a nice handle. Or if you want to take a third battery with you, you can strap this to your rack. This is the Fusion Pro 60-pound capacity rack. It is a MIC HD rack. So if you have a MIC compatible accessory, they easily snap on and off. So the mounting system basically has an anchor, and then you have a spring-loaded latch on the other side. This is the big Papa from our shop. This is a massive trunk bag with hidden panniers. So you just slide this end up into the window here, all the way forward, push down on the back till you hear it snap. And in just a matter of seconds, you have a ton of cargo hauling capability. This also has a water bottle pocket on the back. It's all water resistant material, waterproof lining on the zippers. Nice big elastic strap on the top. I had my jacket in here earlier. And a huge open cavity on the inside with waterproof lining so you can use it like a cooler. And then when you don't need the extra pockets, just roll them up and zip them inside. Big Papa rack bag, shop.ebikeescape.com. Check it out. Large platform plastic pedals. You adjust the seat post with a 4mm Allen wrench right here. I do have it at its minimum insertion point, so it is a pretty short seat post. Urtopia's Comfort Plus saddle. It is a 36 volt, 500 watt rear hub motor, 1000 peak watts, and 60 newton meters of torque. That's paired with a 0 latency torque sensor. The derailleur is Shimano Acera. 12 to 40 teeth on the rear cassette, and a 44 tooth chainring. That's it for all the components. Let's take a ride. Let's kick things off with a throttle only acceleration test. We're going to see what the acceleration is like. We're also going to see if we can reach the max throttle speed of 20 miles per hour. 3, 2, 1, throttle only. And a super gentle takeoff, but we're ramping up here. There's 15 miles per hour, 17, 19, strong push at the end, and there's 20 miles per hour, 19 on the GPS. It's holding me, there we go, there's 20. Now this bike does have a torque sensor, which means the harder you push into the pedals, the more motor support you get. And I'm going to show you just what to expect speed-wise in each pedal assist level when you're just pushing into the pedals, cruising around, versus when you're really trying to get somewhere. So in Eco, this is my favorite thing about Urtopia's bikes, is I feel such a natural introduction to the motor power. They really have that part of the pedaling experience dialed in. Shift up here, but still just barely pushing into the pedals in 6th gear, holding at about 13 miles per hour, and getting a little more active with it with moderate effort, about 18, 19 miles per hour. I could hold this for quite some time. Well, we'll tame it back down here and go into Tour. And with easy effort, Tour's holding me just shy of 20 miles per hour. And if I push in a little more, we can get north of 20 miles per hour. But let's pick up where we left off with easy effort in Tour and go into Boost. And that's another big jump in power. I feel the power fluctuating in a little bit with the responsiveness of the torque sensor. You can tell it's a lot more sensitive in this mode. And let's just see from a stop what kind of speed and acceleration turbo gives us, and how much effort is it going to take us to get to the max 25 miles per hour. Well, we're already at 20, barely pushing in. There's 23, 24, and with a little extra leg effort, and it is a little bit difficult for me to hold at 25, but holding just shy of 25 miles per hour is very doable. Now we're rolling into our hill climb test. This is the hill we test most of our electric bikes on. Just getting to the steep part of the hill. In Eco, 1st gear, able to hold at 6 miles per hour. Let's see if I can shift up. Try shifting up one more time. Could use a little more motor support. Let's go into Tour. Okay, that swept me up right away. So in 3rd gear Tour, I definitely feel the motor helping me out. Let's go into Boost. There we go. I'm pushing into the pedals. Still don't want to shift up. Let's go into Turbo. I didn't feel a significant change in support, but I do see I'm not getting full motor support. We are going to make it to the top of the hill. You can probably hear I'm a little winded, and you can see the rider support maxed out. That said, if your journeys are mostly on flat ground, this is a terrific electric bike. I love how quiet it is when you're riding. I don't hear the motor at all. The shifting experience is super smooth. And I definitely feel the support of the larger tires and the suspension. It's definitely doing its job soaking up some bumps. And before the sun completely goes down, we are going to just ride on this trail here. That's the other nice thing about this bike. These tires have a good amount of tread to them. You have the front suspension. Just gives you a lot of confidence. Do some grass riding too. So that's it for the riding portion and the sunlight. So let's throw to some third-person riding footage. I'll give you the pros and cons and my overall thoughts. Urtopia set a high bar with the Fusion Pro by promising to blend the lightweight, responsive feel of a carbon fiber frame with the impressive endurance of a long-range electric bike, and I can say they've largely delivered on that promise, but every electric bike comes with their trade-offs, so let's break down the pros and cons, starting with the pros. First up is obviously the weight. You just aren't going to find an electric bike that packs this much battery capacity into such a lightweight frame. And despite being carbon, it boasts a payload capacity right on par with alloy frames. A huge practical benefit here is you can remove the battery or both batteries if you opt for the long-range extension, making it light enough to likely use with a traditional bike rack. There is a throttle for easy power when you need it, but this bike is clearly made for people who love to pedal. It combines a better than average 8-speed drivetrain with a super responsive torque sensor that makes riding an intuitive extension of your effort. This frame is easy to step through, though it is worth noting the space does get a bit narrow if you have the long-range battery, but beyond that you get an adjustable stem to dial in your fit, front suspension to smooth out the ride, and included fenders. They've also included an integrated taillight that brightens when you brake, a great safety feature to see that isn't standard across Urtopia's lineup. Here are some quick things to consider. The seat post is shorter. The first upgrade I would make is putting a longer seat post on. Next, the one-size-fits-all approach does mean that some riders won't be able to enjoy this bike. And lastly, the hill climbing power. The Fusion Pro is capable of assisting you up hills while you're pedaling. However, it did not make it to the top of our throttle-only hill climb test. Note that I am a 200-pound rider and I did have it loaded down with the long-range battery and the optional rack. You should just expect to work alongside the motor when climbing. I would be curious to see how the Fusion GT, the dual motor option, performs. Let me know your thoughts on the Urtopia Fusion Pro in the comments below. Is this the lightweight, long-range e-bike you've been waiting for? And if this review was helpful in your e-bike search and you're considering a model from Urtopia, you can support the channel for free by scanning the QR code on your screen or using our affiliate link in the description below when you go to make your purchase. Thank you for your support. It helps make reviews like this one possible. That's going to do it for this review. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.